Our ER-32 Collet Holder for the Rotary Axis is just a great way to get started doing 4th and 5th axis work. You can quickly and easily mount round stock up to 20 millimeters or about 13/16. The way that this mounts on our rotary axis is just with 3 M4 socket head screws. I'll drop these into the counterbore holes. Now, just like for the rotary vise, the pilot surface on the faceplate of the rotary axis is going to be made up with a machined bore on the underside of the collet holder. So I'll carefully line this up so that the screws start to drop into the tapped holes, and then I'll press it down and then thread in my screws. Now I want to use good torquing practices here, so I'll just go around and snug each one of these screws, and then I'll come back and put a little bit more torque on them, and then I'll go around one more time to set them to their final torque. And you'll want to torque these down to about 20 inch-pounds. So if you've never used an ER collet system before, the way that you get started is pick the collet size that you want, and then drop that collet into the nut, press it until it's flush with the face of the nut. The nut has a lip on it that mates with a groove in the collet, so you want to make sure that the collet looks like it's flush and rotates freely inside the nut before you put it inside the holder. So then you'll attach this to the holder just by threading it on and leave it loose to start with. Put your stock into place, then torque down the nut by hand. And then we'll use a face spanner that has 2 pins that drop into bores in the surface of the ER-32 holder. And then we'll use our collet wrench to lock down the unit. And then our stock is secured, and it's very accurately held concentric to the motion of the rotary axis. So this is just a great way to quickly get some stock into your device and get started cutting material in a 4th or a 5th axis configuration.